in my opinion, that should be the plan of Muslims in the West generally, that you should probably try to get out of there, especially if you're in Europe, because the situation in Europe, just even for the reasons why Muslims or people in the global South generally, why they even go to the West in the first place is as economic migrants. They go there for reasons of economic prosperity, presumably, or the assumption, the promise of potentially having economic prosperity. And that's a false promise at this point. If you believe that that's what's going to happen when you go, it's not what's going to happen. Especially if you're going to Europe, the situation is going to get, in my opinion, the situation is going to get very bad. I would advise anyone who's any Muslim, and in fact almost anyone from the global South, Muslim or non-Muslim, that you probably need to try to go back to your own country. And I think that we're going to see. Within, I'll give it a long span, say the next 25 years, there will be Western immigration to the Muslim world and to the global South. All of the patterns that we've been used to over the course of the 20th century are going to be reversed, and it's going to play out in the other direction. There are going to be people who are trying to get passports and citizenship in countries of the global South. There's going to be French people who want to get Algerian citizenship. It's going to go in reverse. Everything is going to go in reverse. What we've seen for the last, 100, 200 years is going to play out in the opposite direction. Over the course of the 21st century, I think we're going to see it going in the other way. If you're going to come to the Muslim world, then you have to deal with the situation in the Muslim world as it is, and our approach to government, what the social order is. This is where attention will arise over the course of the 21st century as Westerners, I believe, will be immigrating to the Muslim world, and not just the Muslim world, but the global South generally. And the tensions will rise in that because they have a supremacist mentality, they'll think that, well, we're going to come over to your country now, and it'll be a colonialist mentality. We're going to come over to your country and we're going to change everything and fix everything for you, completely not recognizing the fact that you want to leave where you came from because your system didn't work in the first place. So don't come over to another country and think that you can change it and make it better when the way that you changed and so-called made your country better has ruined it. There will be a tension there, and the Muslims in the Muslim world and the countries of the global South will need to be able to integrate those immigrants and those professionals and so on into their societies. We're going to have to tell you to assimilate in the global South countries, the Muslim countries. When non-Muslims or even Muslims from the West come over to our countries, we'll be the ones telling you that you need to learn how to assimilate and get along with our values and the way that we run things. You know what I mean? It's a process that's going to take years and decades. And as I've said before, I think this is something that we're looking at over the course of the next century. So I can't say that 5 years from now, Algeria is going to be a booming, wonderful economy. But over the course of maybe generations, I think this is the way that things are going. I think that it will take time, but I think that the type of development and the changes that you're talking about are the types of changes and development that come through adaptation to changes in your options and your conditions and your circumstances. The countries in our part of the world kind of are the way they are because of the circumstances in the context. And so as the context changes, Muslims, alhamdulillah, have a history of adapting very well to whatever their circumstances are, and always with it in our mind to succeed, always with it in our mind to be independent and to be liberated and to be dominant. That's always in our mind. As an ummah, that's in our mind. It's programmed into our thinking. So anytime that you don't see that being manifest as obviously as you would like it to see, as you would like to see it, that's because of the context and the circumstances and the conditions that we're in. So we are pursuing it to the degree that we can. So as the degree that we can increases, then we will adapt to those new openings, and we will grow and develop and will meet all of the needs that are required for us to succeed, because we always have.